Hi everybody and welcome along to the Big Quiz Night In. This is episode 186. Hope you're all doing well as always. Let's see who we've got here in the chat this evening. I can see we've got Dave there saying good evening. We have Sue and the Donuts here. We've got Millie saying hi to everybody. Andy's over there on YouTube watching along. Welcome mate, thank you for joining. Hope you're well. And I can see we've got Geraldine saying good evening in the chat as well. So nice little turnout. I wonder if anybody else is watching. Do let me know if you're watching this later. If you're not watching this live, I always like to know who is watching. So please do let me know. Leave a comment. Jodie's just jumped in there saying hi everybody as well. Welcome along. Lovely to have you here. I've got some really fun different quiz rounds for you this evening. So we'll do the usual three, and then tonight's game shows rounds, we're going to do a family fortunes question, and then I've got a couple of brilliant tenable questions to go through with you at the end of the evening. So lots of fun this evening. Dominic's here too, Geraldine says, welcome. Yes, the more the merrier. So no problem at all there. A bit of extra help for you, I guess, with some of the questions, maybe. Let's find out. As always, though, we're going to go first to the kids' question to kick off the show. So let's see what Rue's got in store for us all this evening. Apocalypse.
I am an alien. I've come to abduct you.
I swear he does this on purpose.
Oh.
Take me to your leader.
Take it up. Take it up.
Oh, it's rude, but here he is. I'm going to move over a little bit. You're getting too tall, I think. We're going to have to adjust how we film, aren't we, I think?
Yeah.
So we can get you seen better. Now, let's bring up your question. You haven't seen how I've worded it, by the way, but you know roughly what we're going to do. So let's bring up the question. Guess this one in the comments. Rue's going to read it out, and then we'll let you know what the answer is. If you get it correct, you get 2 bonus points, and those bonus points you can give to any of your scores to boost your scores in any of the upcoming 3 full quiz rounds.
What does this Martyrs' Memorial in Oxford commemorate the execution of? Is it A, bishops, B, popes, C, witches, or D, nuns?
Yes, bit of a history one for you then. I was asking Rue earlier the kind of things he's learned about in school, and given that's our closest city, he's been learning about monuments and places in Oxford, which is quite interesting. And I never knew what this one was called, actually. So yes, what does this memorial in Oxford commemorate the execution of?
Yeah, so as a fact, it used to be just some tiles on the ground, like a little patch to say, here's where they were killed. But because, like, of all of the stuff that's happened and how Oxford thought it would be, like, good to honour them in a much more presentable way, that's where that was built. And there's, like, a little rail to say, like, here's where these people died.
Do you know, I've sat on those steps many times over the years. I had no idea what the monument was for. So I've learned something today as well. You've taught me something.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, we have got guesses locked in. So Millie's gone with C, Sue's gone with A, Jodie's gone with D, Geraldine's gone with C, Dave has gone with C, Andy's going D? Question mark? So let's put them out of their misery then. The answer is
A, bishops.
Yes. 3 bishops.
2 bishops and 1 archbishop.
And 1 archbishop. Very good, yes. And they were burnt at the stake because they were... Do you remember that bit?
They didn't want to be Protestant, I think.
They were Protestant.
They were Protestant.
Yeah,
yeah, that was the one.
Yeah.
And the archbishop, the normal bishops were done first. And then the archbishop was done much later because he was like, okay, I'll do it. I will be non-Protestant.
Yeah.
And then he was like, screw this.
I'm sure that's exactly what he said.
Yeah. Cool. I was there back in the day. And so
Damn it. Oh, Andy says, damn it, changed my mind from A. Oh, dear. Well, let's reward the winners then. So, the people or person who said A It's just this one. It's just Sue. Sue and the donuts get the bonus points. I'm afraid the rest of you were duped by my false answers. Never mind. Thank you very much for that one, Rue. We've all learnt something today.
I will see you on Zipped On.
You're going to audition for the Masked Singer, are you?
Yeah.
Mike thought it was C, Emily says. Did the same thing. Thanks very much, Rue.
I have to do my outro again.
Okay, go on then. Go. Apocalypse. Okay, he's mad, isn't he? Right, so we have got, as I said, some different quiz rounds tonight. So round number 1 is called Not What They Seem. Round 2 is Lost in Translation. Round 3 will be our usual potluck general knowledge round, and then game shows we go on to Tenable. If I'm a bit sniffly today, it's because I may have overdid it over the weekend in terms of things I had to do, and I've run myself into the ground. So I apologise, but I'm fighting through it. I'm all right. By the way, I don't mean I was drinking too much. That's not what I meant in that at all. In fact, I hardly drank anything this weekend. But it was a busy one, and I feel like I've been burning the candle at both ends as a result. So let's just crack on with the quiz and see how you do. So this first round, Not What They Seem. You have got the usual countdown conundrums there. If you can work out what that is, you get 2 bonus points. But again, we don't put these in the comments anymore. Just keep them to yourself and let me know how you got on at the end. All right, so we'll carry on with the round. Keep the chat going, but don't put any guesses in the comments, especially if you are watching live. It doesn't matter too much if you're not. You're just watching a repeat of this later. But yeah, everybody watching live knows how this works now. Okay, hope the march and weekend went well. It did. That's part of the reason I'm so exhausted. It was really good though. I'll talk more a bit about it later. Yeah, thank you. So question number 1, what type of animal is a jackrabbit? This round is all about things that aren't or might not be what they seem. So question number 1, what type of animal is a jackrabbit? Yes, my band had a gig. You've seen me share it, no doubt, by now many times. We played at a local village festival. Have a look on the Facebook page if you want to see the pictures and some videos I think we've shared now. It was our first gig with our new guitarist, and we've been practicing for a good 3 months with him, and it was really good fun. Really good fun. So much so they've asked us to go back potentially on the Saturday next time. We were on the Friday night, which is quieter. They want us to do the Saturday next time because it went so well. So that's really cool. But yeah, very tiring. Question number 2. How long in miles is New Zealand's 90-mile beach? I'll give you multiple choice for this one. Is it 55, 75, or 95 miles? How long in miles is New Zealand's 90-mile beach? Is it 55, 75, or 95 miles? Question number 3. What is the main ingredient of the dish Bombay duck? What is the main ingredient of the dish Bombay duck? Very much enjoyed putting this quiz round together. I like doing these kinds of questions. Don't do them often enough, so I thought I'm going to do an entire round about them. Went down quite well in the pub a few weeks back when we did this. Question number 4. In which month did the October Revolution happen in Russia? In which month did the October Revolution happen in Russia? Question number 5. In which country was Caesar salad invented? In which country was Caesar salad invented? Okay, question number 6 now. Question 6. An English horn is what type of instrument? An English horn is what type of instrument? Okay, question number 7 now. Question 7. The 100 Years' War, fought between the crowns of France and England, actually lasted how long in years? The 100 Years' War, fought between the crowns of France and England, lasted for how long? Question number 8 now. Question 8. From which country do Panama hats originate? From which country do Panama hats originate? Question number 9. In which country was the fortune cookie invented? In which country was the fortune cookie invented? Okay, question number 10 now. What type of animal is a prairie dog? What type of animal is a prairie dog? Question 11. Question 11. Despite their fearsome name, killer whales, or orcas, are actually the largest member of which marine family? Oh, Andy thinks his conundrum skills have got rusty. Yeah, to be fair, I should have pre-warned you. 2 of the 3 tonight are a bit on the tricky side. I think the last one I put in is the easiest one. But 2 of the 3, yeah, they are a little bit tricky. So don't feel too bad if you don't get these ones right. But the third one, I'm pretty sure is more gettable. Question 11, I'll say again for you. Despite their fearsome name, killer whales, or orcas, are actually the largest members of which marine family? Question number 12 now. Question 12. In which country were Arabic numerals actually invented? In which country were Arabic numerals actually invented? Okay, question number 13 then. Question 13. Despite its name, a peanut is not actually a botanical nut. To which plant family does it belong? Despite its name, a peanut is not actually a botanical nut. To which plant family does it belong? Question number 14. Question 14. What specific type of insect is a firefly? What specific type of insect is a firefly? And question number 15. The lead in a standard pencil contains absolutely no lead. Which specific mineral is it actually made from? The lead in a standard pencil contains absolutely no lead. So what specific mineral is it actually made from? That's the end of that round then. Let me know if you want me to repeat any questions. As you can tell by now, they're all 1-point questions. So pretty straightforward, but whether or not you worked out the answers, let's find out. You've got a couple more minutes there thinking time, because you also need to work out that countdown conundrum if you can. It is a tricky word, as I said, less common word than they normally are. When I was putting the quiz together today, I also had that rare occasion where I generate the conundrums, and then I save them to my folder where I keep all my conundrums that I've used, and one of the 3 was one that we'd already used. So that's happened maybe twice in all the times we've done this. So I had to generate another one, and yeah, it just happened to choose a particularly tricky one again. So we'll see how you get on. Yes, so that's that. Does anybody need a question repeated? I will give you a little bit more thinking time before I say the usual spiel between each quiz round. Not seeing any comments yet. We've gone through that one quite quickly. But we'll give you just a touch more time. The other thing to tell you before I go through the usual things is that I have adjusted some of the settings, because I know over the last few quizzes, for some of you, the sound has been ahead of the video. It's been a bit out of sync for some reason. I have changed some things which may have helped that, they might not. But I've noticed every time I go to re-watch some of the footage on YouTube, which is where they're of course posted permanently after I'm live, the audio is a little out of sync with the video. It's really frustrating. So we'll see. Hopefully this has helped. There's one other thing I could try, but I didn't have the time to do that this time. We'll see. Right, I'm not seeing any more comments, so we're going to go through the answers. So, question 1, a jackrabbit is actually a species of hare, so not a rabbit. Question 2, New Zealand's 90-mile beach is actually 55 miles long. Question 3, the main ingredient in the dish Bombay duck is fish. A bumalo or lizard fish are other examples, but fish is fine. Question 4, in which month did the October Revolution happen in Russia? It was in November. In older calendars, older style calendars, it was started at least in October, but 7th of November 1917 is the correct answer, or rather just November, of course, for the purpose of this quiz. Question 5, in which country was Caesar salad invented? It was in Mexico. It was invented by Caesar Cardini, who was an Italian immigrant to Mexico. Question 6, an English horn is what type of instrument? It is a type of oboe. Question 7, the 100 Years' War was actually 116 years long. 1337 to 1453. Question 8, Panama hats originate from Ecuador. The name reflects their point of sale rather than their point of origin. Question number 9, in which country was the fortune cookie invented? It was in the USA. Question 10, a prairie dog is a rodent. They get their name from the warning calls, which are similar to dog's bark, to a dog's bark. Question 11, killer whales or orcas are actually the largest member of the dolphin family. Question 12, in which country were Arabic numerals actually invented? Now, again, something else you might not know, I don't know, but Arabic numerals are the 0 to 9 system that we use to this day, right? They're just our numbers, but they were originally Arabic numerals that were invented in India. Question 13, despite its name, a peanut is not actually a botanical nut. That is because it is a legume. Question 14, a firefly is a beetle. And question 15, the lead in a standard pencil is actually graphite. Right, tally up those scores then. The answer for the countdown conundrum for round 1 is affianced. Affianced? Affianced. I had to look up what it meant. I assumed it meant something to do with fiance because of how it was spelt, and it is. If you're affianced, you are promised to another person, or you're an affianced couple. I don't think I'd ever heard that word before. I don't think so, hence why I had to look it up to make sure I knew what it meant. That's one of the reasons why I say this many times, why I like doing what I do here and in the pubs, is because I'm always learning as well. And just interesting stuff, you know? There you go. Number 8. The answer to number 8 was Ecuador. They're sold in No. They originate from Ecuador, but they're sold in Panama. Jody says 0 plus 0. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. In fairness, it is one of those rounds. Yeah, that is understandable. The more I think about it, it is particularly tricky because all of the questions are those kinds of pub quiz questions, you know. Donut scored 10, including the kids question. Tricky round, yes. Dave got 4 points for Dave. But these are all interesting things, that random like trivia nuggets that you've learned and hopefully will remember in the future. So yeah, I'm not too worried really if you got a low score, because I would struggle to have scored these had I not written it myself. But yeah, interesting. Okay, anybody else want to put your scores in? Andy says, well, it's not just the conundrum skills that were rusty. 3 for me. Okay. The next one's is again only for I think, yeah, the next one's for 15 points as well. But again, I'm not looking for high scores in this. In the next round, it's more a lot. I hope you'll get a lot of laughs out of it. The next round. Geraldine says 6 plus 2 for the conundrum. Well done. Good score. All right. Well done, everybody. We'll move on then to round number 2. See how you get on with the Lost in Translation round. So in this round, 15 questions. Apologies, Andy. This is about films, but hopefully you laugh at some of these because it's a silly round again. So in this round, I am going to give you the description of a film based on how it was titled in a different country and then translated back into English. So the movie's title is the English translation of what it was in another country. So it might be quite descriptive. It might give away the entire plot of the film, or it might be completely ridiculous and you won't have a clue, but it is funny. Okay, so these are all genuine movie titles that have been translated poorly. So question number 1, which family comedy film was titled Mom, I Missed the Plane when released in France in 1990? Which family comedy film was titled Mom, I Missed the Plane when released in France in 1990? Question number 2 then, question 2. Which Robert Carlyle film was titled Six Naked Pigs when released in China, 1997? Which Robert Carlyle film was titled Six Naked Pigs when released in China, 1997? Question number 3. Which Bruce Willis film was titled A Hard Nut to Crack when released in Russia, 1988? Which Bruce Willis film was titled A Hard Nut to Crack when released in Russia, 1988? Question 4. Which Jim Carrey film was titled If You Leave Me, I Delete You when released in Italy in 2004? Which Jim Carrey film was titled If You Leave Me, I Delete You, when released in Italy in 2004? Question number 5 now. Question 5. Which Arnold Schwarzenegger film was titled The Electronic Murderer when released in Poland in 1984? Which Arnold Schwarzenegger film was titled The Electronic Murderer when released in Poland, 1984? I keep smiling and laughing to myself because I'm reading the ones that are coming next. They get ridiculous, as if they weren't already. Question number 6. Which Katherine Heigl film was titled One Night, Big Belly for Chinese release in 2007? Which Katherine Heigl film was titled One Night, Big Belly for Chinese release in 2007? Question number 7 now. Which Roy Scheider film was titled The Teeth of the Sea when released in France, 1975? Which Roy Scheider film was titled The Teeth of the Sea when released in France, 1975? Question number 8 now. Question 8. This is my favourite one. Which John Travolta film was titled Vaseline when released in Argentina, 1978? Which John Travolta film was titled Vaseline, or specifically Vaselina, when released in Argentina, 1978? Oh, it's so silly. I mean, it makes sense. When you see the answers, it makes sense, but it's also silly. I love it. Question number 9. Which Disney film was titled The Night of the Cold Noses when released in Latin America, 1961? So a classic Disney animated film here. Which Disney film was titled The Night of the Cold Noses when released in Latin America, 1961? Question number 10. Which family drama film was titled A Very Powerful Whale Flies to Heaven when released in China, 1993? Which family drama film was titled A Very Powerful Whale Flies to Heaven when released in China, 1993? Question 11 now. Question 11. Which Brad Pitt film was titled Pigs and Diamonds when released in Brazil in the year 2000? Which Brad Pitt film was titled Pigs and Diamonds when released in Brazil in the year 2000? Okay, right, question 12. Which Gene Wilder film was titled The Boy Who Drowned in Chocolate Sauce when released in Denmark in 1971? Which Gene Wilder film was titled The Boy Who Drowned in Chocolate Sauce when released in Denmark, 1971? Question 13. Which Haley Joel Osment film was titled He's a Ghost when released in China, 1999? Which Haley Joel Osment film was titled He's a Ghost when released in China, 1999? Question 14. Which Pixar film was titled Grandpa in His Flying House for Japanese release in 2009? Which Pixar film was titled Grandpa in His Flying House for Japanese release in 2009? And finally, question 15. Which Bill Murray film was titled Meetings and Failures in Meetings when released in Portugal, 2003? Which Bill Murray film was titled Meetings and Failures in Meetings when released in Portugal, 2003? That is the end of the round. I hope you have a laugh along with me when we go through the answers if you've not worked some of them out. Or even if you have and you get clarification on what they were. But please do let me know at this point if there's any you would like me to repeat. I'm happy to do that for you. For those who don't know, in the description of every video is a link to my Beacon page, which basically has social media icons that you can click on, and you can go there to follow me for all sorts of other quiz stuff I provide across social media and all the other useful links you need to support what I do here at Big Quiz Night In. So do have a look at that in your own time. Question 6 I will repeat for you soon, no problem. Which Katherine Heigl film was titled One Night, Big Belly for Chinese release? That's in 2007. Okay. Not seeing any more comments coming in, so we might go through the answers then. Last few seconds thinking time, though, with this particular conundrum. 2 extra points, remember, if you get this one correct. Just like all the conundrums that we go through, there'll be one more in the next round, of course. 15 again for Dave, just seen that comment. So question 15 was, which Bill Murray film was titled Meetings and Failures in Meetings when released in Portugal, 2003? So one more round after this will be our potluck general knowledge round. A bit more straightforward there. Some of the questions will be multiple points, as you'd expect. And then we go into family fortunes and Tenable. Got some great Tenable questions tonight. Right, let's go through the answers, shall we? Question number 1. The family comedy that was titled Mom, I Missed the Plane when released in France 1990 is Home Alone. Question 2. Which Robert Carlyle film was titled Six Naked Pigs when released in China 1997 is The Full Monty. Question 3. The Bruce Willis film that was a hard nut to crack when released in Russia 1988 was Die Hard. Question 4. The Jim Carrey film that was titled If You Leave Me, I Delete You in Italy 2004 was Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Question 5. Which Arnold Schwarzenegger film was titled The Electronic Murderer when released in Poland 1984? It was, of course, The Terminator. Question 6. One Night, Big Belly, the Katherine Heigl film from 2007, was Knocked Up. Question 7. The Roy Scheider film titled The Teeth of the Sea when released in France 1975 was, of course, Jaws. Question 8. The John Travolta film titled Vaseline when released in Argentina 1978, that is Grease. Question 9. The Disney film that was titled The Night of the Cold Noses in Latin America 1961 was 101 Dalmatians. Question 10. The family drama titled A Very Powerful Whale Flies to Heaven when released in China 1993 was called Free Willy. Question 11. The Brad Pitt film titled Pigs and Diamonds when released in Brazil in 2000 was Snatch. Question 12. The Gene Wilder film titled The Boy Who Drowned in Chocolate Sauce when released in Denmark 1971 was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Technically, if you put Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, that is the name of the more modern version of the film that was released. So in the pub, I wouldn't give you the point for that because that's a different movie. But if you put that, I'm not going to question it because that was the name of the book. It's fine. I'll be kind tonight, but when I did this in the pub, I was not. They didn't like it very much. But it's a different film, right? I'll give you the point though. Question 13. Which Haley Joel Osment film was titled He's a Ghost when released in China 1999? Talk about giving away the entire point of the movie. It was The Sixth Sense. Spoiler alert. Question 14. Which Pixar film was titled Grandpa in His Flying House for the Japanese release in 2009? It was, of course, Up. And the final one, question 15. The Bill Murray film titled Meetings and Failures in Meetings, when released in Portugal 2003, is literally the name of the round. It is Lost in Translation. It was on screen the whole time. So the answer for the tiebreaker, the answer for the countdown conundrum is decencies. Decencies. That's your other tricky one. I think the next one is more gettable than that, okay? Let me know how many points you got. Then we go on to the potluck round. Round number 3 will be the potluck round. Let's come back. Sorry about that. So, here come the scores then. Geraldine says 11 points, 10 points for Jodie, 9 points for the donuts. They're 1 point for each, remember, so 15 would have been your maximum score for the quiz round, plus the 2 points for the conundrum. Millie says 6 for us. Dave says 10 for me. That's good, yeah. You got some good scores in for this one all round, I think. Well done. Andy, I know you're not the biggest movie fan, so no worries if you didn't quite get as many. I tried to include as many big, very famous films as possible in this round, so it wasn't too obscure when I used it in the pub either, you know. But no problems either way. 7 points for Andy. That's great. Well done. That's a good score. Yeah. Cool. All right. I hope you had a laugh with that one at home. We're going to move on then to round number 3, which is our potluck round. So there is a new countdown conundrum there for you. As I said, I think this is a bit more gettable. You should be okay with that one. Right. So potluck general knowledge. Any subject goes in this round. Here we go with question number 1. What names do we give to people from Belarus, Bhutan, and Burma? 1 point for each. What names do we give to people from Belarus, Bhutan, and Burma? 3 different answers there for 3 points. You will get thinking time again at the end. Question number 2. What are postcodes in general called in the USA? What are postcodes called in the USA? It's not a snack, by the way. I've got to have a lozenge to help get me through this. Okay, so yeah, what are the postcodes called in the USA? Question number 3 for 3 points. In Australian slang, what is a tinny, a Kylie, and a dunny? In Australian slang, what is a tinny, a Kylie, and a dunny? So question 3 again. In Australian slang, what is a tinny, a Kylie, and a dunny? Question number 4. Spell the word illiterate. Question 4. Spell the word illiterate. Question number 5. What geometric shape were the letter blocks in ITV's Blockbusters? What geometric shape were the letter blocks in ITV's Blockbusters? Some of you will remember that from Patreon quiz nights. We haven't done that one for a while, but it's one of the games we played. If you don't remember it from the TV shows. Question number 6. What is the more common name for your What is the more common name for your umbilicus? What is the more common name for your umbilicus? Question number 7. Question 7. What 3 colours were used in jewellery by women to signify their support for the suffragette movement? What 3 colours were used in jewellery by women to signify their support for the suffragette movement? Will be for 3 points, of course. Question number 8. Which family built the village of Bourneville near Birmingham? Which family built the village of Bourneville near Birmingham? Question number 9. Which game fish can swim the fastest? Is it a great blue shark, a sailfish, or a wahoo? Which game fish could swim the fastest? Is it a great blue shark, a sailfish, or a wahoo? Question number 10 now. Question 10. The first car built by Morris Motors was named after which English city? The first car built by Morris Motors was named after which English city? Question 11. According to superstition, what does it mean when you break a mirror, when your right ear itches, and what will happen if you see a single magpie? According to superstition, what does it mean when you break a mirror, when your right ear itches, and what will happen if you see a single magpie? Question number 12. What was the last animal swallowed by the old lady who swallowed a fly? What was the last animal swallowed by the old lady who swallowed a fly? Question number 13. Who coined the phrase government of the people, by the people, for the people? Who coined the phrase government of the people, by the people, and for the people? Question number 14 now for 3 points, this one. Which British political figures were nicknamed Two Jags, 14 Pints, and Doris Karloff? Which British political figures were nicknamed Two Jags, 14 Pints, and Doris Karlov? And the final question this round is also for 3 points. The beers called Mythos, Duvel, and Tysky originally come from which 3 nations? So, of course, 1 point for each. The beers called Mythos, Duvel, and Tysky originally come from which 3 nations? 1 point for each. Let me know if you would like a question repeated, because that is the end of that round. Gladly do some repeats for you. And then, of course, the answers will be revealed, as well as the answer for the Countdown Conundrum. That's the final conundrum of the evening. And also, if you haven't used the bonus points, I think it was only Sue that got it right, actually. Did you use your bonus points yet? You can use it on this one if you haven't, of course. It was just you that got them this time. 13 again for Dave. Okay, question 13 was, who coined the phrase government of the people, by the people, and for the people? Andy says, I remember going to a hotel room a long time ago. When I opened the door, a mirror on the back of the door smashed in a million pieces. Oh my goodness. I don't see. I don't think I would, even though I'm a little bit superstitious, I don't think I would count that as my own bad luck. Like, I wouldn't see that as me having 7 years bad luck, even if I was very superstitious, because in that scenario, you had no idea that mirror was there, and it's a serious design flaw. It's not like you were holding it and you dropped it, and then it's your fault. Yeah. Yeah, I officially abolish you of any bad luck from that time of your life. And hopefully it hasn't carried over. Number 5. Oh, Andy says also, it was in exactly the shape, just shattered completely. Oh, wow. Shame it wasn't caught on camera. That would have been funny. Right, Millie says number 5. Number 5, what geometric shape were the letter blocks in ITV's Blockbusters? Yeah. I wouldn't count that as your bad luck. Mind you, I always see the glass half full, so I would find a way out of a lot of these situations. That's just what I'm like. Although, that being said, not giving away an answer, I did literally see one magpie outside today. So hopefully that doesn't mean what the answer to this question in this quiz round says it means. Okay, I'm going to go through the answers. I think you've had enough thinking time for that one. Let's see how you got on. So for question number 1, the people from Belarus, Bhutan, and Burma are Belarusian, Bhutanese, and Burmese. Question 2, the postcodes in the USA are referred to as zip codes. Question 3, in Australian slang, a tinny is a tin of beer. A Kylie is a boomerang. I'm sure there's a funny reason for that I just can't remember or haven't looked up. And a dunny is a toilet. Question number 4, illiterate is spelt Illiterate. Question 5, the shape in Blockbusters is hexagonal. Question 6, what is the more common name for your umbilicus? It is the belly button. Or navel. Either or's fine, of course. Question 7, what 3 colours were used in jewellery by women to signify their support for the suffragette movement? It's white, green, purple. That's for 3 points, remember? Question 8, which family built the village in Bourneville near Birmingham? It was the Cadbury family. Hence why they also had the chocolate called Bourneville. Question number 9, which game fish can swim the fastest? Is it a great blue shark, a sailfish, or a wahoo? It is a sailfish. If in doubt, always go for the middle answer. Question 10. The first car built by Morris Motors was named after which English city? It was called the Morris Bullnose Oxford. So Oxford is the answer. Question 11. According to superstition, what does it mean when you break a mirror? That's 7 years bad luck. What does it mean when your right ear itches? That's someone is talking about you. And what will happen if you see a single magpie? It's one for sorrow. So you'll be sorrowful. Question 12. What was the last animal swallowed by the old lady who swallowed a fly? It was a horse. She's dead, of course, as the end of the rhyme goes. Question 13. Who coined the phrase government of the people, by the people, and for the people? It was in the Gettysburg Address from Abraham Lincoln. You're supposed to say, good morning, Mr. Magpie, to alleviate any bad... Well, I forgot about that. In fairness, it wouldn't have heard me. I was inside and I saw it out the window. It landed in our garden. But you're right, I have heard that before. Do we get points for just bad luck? I did say it was for 3 points. Yeah, all right. Not in the pub, though. Not in the pub. But yeah, sure, why not? Okay, right. The next question then was question 14. Which British political figures were nicknamed Two Jags, 14 Pints, and Doris Karloff? Two Jags was John Prescott. 14 Pints was William Hague. And Doris Karloff was Anne Widdecombe. And question 15. The 3 beers, Mythos, Duvel, and Tyskie, are Greek from Belgium and Poland. For 3 points there as well. The answer to the final countdown conundrum of the evening is expectant. Let's see how well you did in that round then. Tally up your scores as always. Leave them in the comments. I'll give you all a shout out and then we move on to the next round, which is our survey says. Yes, let's see how you did before we move on. Oh, here come the scores. Donuts have got 23 points. Dave's got 14. Good scores. Have we got a total? 27 points was the total possible score in this round. So yeah, 23 is good. Very good score. 14 for Dave. 15 plus the conundrum for Millie and Mike. Well done. Jody says 10 plus 2. Andy says that's more like it. 17 plus 2. 19 points. See, good. I did say this one was a touch easier in terms of the conundrum as well. Jody, 19 plus 2. Another good score. There you go. Excellent work. Right, let's move on then to the Our Survey Says round. So, just the 6 answers you're looking for this time. You're now working together as a team. If anyone new is going to be watching this at some point, everybody's now on the same team. They need to guess in the comments, and then I'll reveal them on the board as we go. The survey question tonight is, name a bad job for someone who is accident prone. I don't think I've done this one before. It feels familiar, but I don't think I've done this one before. If I have, it was a different version of it. That's the trouble with doing these for so long. Sometimes something will repeat itself. But anyway, start having a guess in the comments and let's see how quickly you can work out what the top 6 answers are. Oh. She'll let some of those guesses come in. Surgeon, Millie and Geraldine very quickly in there with surgeon. Let's see where that answer lies, shall we? Number 2 on the list is not the top answer, but it is number 2. Window cleaner, Sue says. Window cleaner is the top answer. Excellent work. Jody says painter and decorator kind of job. Painter and decorator. No. Scaffolder. No, there is one on here about heights. There is. A roofer. No. Antique shop worker. Yeah, that would suck. That's a good guess, but it's not there, I'm afraid, no. Dave says dentist. Yeah, I think that should be the top answer, to be honest. That or surgeon. That would be my top answers. Chauffeur. Ooh, good one. It's not there, but that's a good one. That is very true. A pilot. You know, pilot is not there either. I thought that would have been there. Electrician is not there. Keep those guesses coming in. No. You've got... I will give you some clues and narrow it down in a moment, but we'll see. Let you think a bit longer first. Plumber? Nope. Two of them, I say one of them is about a certain job at heights. Oh, Geraldine with trapeze artist. You are very, very close, but not right. You're very, very close. Not a trapeze artist. Think of the same environment, though. Not a doctor. We've got a surgeon. Not doctor. Baggage handler, no. Roofer, no. If I didn't say that already. While I struggle. So, high wire. Here we go. Tightrope walker. Yes, that's the one I was looking for. Very well done. That's number 5 on the list. So the other two, not astronaut, although again, that's a fair shout. The other two are connected to the food industry. All right, there's your clue for this one. The next two, number 3 and number 6, they're connected to the food industry. You wouldn't want to be accident prone in these jobs. Some guesses coming in before I said that clue. So not deep sea diver, although again, it's a good shout. Yes, we have a guest there from Millie for chef. And Dave and Millie have both gone with waiter. That is the final answer. Yes, Geraldine as well. Oh, Jodie, great shout with butcher. Yeah, you can see some fingers going missing if you're an accident-prone butcher for sure. Good shout. No, chef and waiter were the two we were looking for. And that completes our survey says question. Very good there. Well done. So we move on then to our top 10 round. I've got a couple of brilliant questions here for you. And I've still got 3. One of them's fine. It's just a standard kind of question. But there's a couple that are really good. I like these ones. Let's see how much fun you have with this one in particular. So, just sort my screen out my side. Again, carry on putting your guesses in the chat. Let's bring in your first question. I love this question. The 10 things Right Said Fred said they were too sexy for. According to the lyrics of the song, the 10 things that the singer is too sexy for in Right Said Fred's single, I'm Too Sexy, from the 7-inch mix of the single, not including disco and dancing. Okay? So not including those things. Let's bring up your Tenable Tower and see how well you do with this one. I love the fact I found this one. Okay. Right. Sue has gone with hat. Let's see if it's a tenable answer, shall we? Is he too sexy for his hat? Yes. By the way, don't see these in any particular order. This top 10 list. His shirt. Yeah, my shirt, this shirt, their shirt, shirt in general. Let's have a look. Number 9. Cat is there. Whereabouts is cat in the list? Sue says cat as well as hat. And that's number 2. Myself. Is myself there? Let's have a look. Oh, not myself. No. Car. Is he too sexy for his car? Yes, all the place names coming in now. Very good. Car was number 4 on the list. My body. I think. Yeah. Oh, I think that's actually a misheard lyric. He doesn't say body. That's just, if I remember rightly, that's just before he says the way I'm disco dancing, which is the ones we're not including. It sounds like he says body, but that's not the actual lyric. I'm pretty sure that's why it's not on the list, so I'm not going to run it through the motions there. But we have got Milan, New York, and Japan. Yes, if you know the song, you know those 3 places are in there. So let's just see where they fall on the list. There's Japan for you. The next one, let's see, New York. And then the final one, Milan. There we go. Right, now I am looking for 3 more. Yes, Milan, New York, Japan. This song, yes, okay. Good shout. Which one of the 3 remaining answers is that one? Okay, so there you go. It's the top one. So number 5 is the one that some people mishear and think he says body. It's not body. It's your something else. And number 10 is a different one as well. No, not booty. It is not booty. Any other ideas? Party. Okay, let me run that through and see if that's one of them. Is it number 5? Yes. Your party, the way I'm disco dancing. Yeah. And the final one then, number 10. Number 10, I don't know how often it's said in the whole song, but it's definitely sung at the very start of the song, if you can remember it that well. I'm definitely not going to be singing it. Well done if you got party there, Sue and Millie, I can see that. Love. Okay, Jodie said my love. That's the missing one. Yes, love. My love loves going to leave me or something or other he says at the start of the song. Very good. There you go. It's a bit of fun, that one, isn't it? I did laugh when I saw that. Okay, that's the first one done. Let's go on to your next tenable question, everybody. And it is the 10 letters in Scrabble that score only 1 point. Un point. 1 point in Scrabble. We have done a Scrabble one before, but it was the highest scoring letters. Now we're looking for the 10 that are the lowest scoring. And to make it that much easier as well, they spell an amusing phrase, I guess, if you spell them in a certain order, which they happen to be in from top to bottom. Not exactly a well-known phrase, they're just 2 words that we wouldn't expect to see together. Okay, we've got A, E, A, I. Let's have a look. Which should go first? Let's go with this one first. A is there. I think the only reason they are in this order is because it's of what it says when it's spelled out. I can only imagine this is why. S. Is S one of them? Yes. S is there as well. I. Let's have a look. Is the letter I on the list? Is that a 1 point letter in Scrabble? Of course it is. O. Yeah, all the vowels being guessed here. All the vowels. Let's just get those out of the way first, shall we? Number 8. Okay, right. That's all the vowels gone plus S. T. Is T one of the last ones? Yes, very good. R. Andy's gone with the letter R. As has Sue now as well. I should say Dave said T as well. Comments went quite quickly there. Right, 2 left. I don't think anybody's guessed them yet. Okay, Andy's gone with N. Is that one of them? And Geraldine's gone with L. That's the next one that's come in. So there's the letter N And the last one is L, which means it spells out nose ritual. Don't ask me. That's what they did on the show. But there you go. Those are the ones that all are worth 1 point. Yes, I'm afraid not the letter M. I think M's 3, I want to say. Is it 3? I haven't played in a long time. I think it's 3. Okay, we go to the third and final one. And the question is, the first 10 signs of the Chinese zodiac alphabetically. So there are 12 signs of the Chinese zodiac. You need to tell me what you think the first 10 are alphabetically. Some of them are sometimes known as slightly different animal names. So the most popular version of their animal names are in alphabetical order here. But if you say one of the alternative names, I may still accept it as an answer, and then I'll tell you what it actually is. Chinese zodiac, please. Chinese zodiac. Okay. Andy's gone with dragon. Yeah, I was going to do the Western zodiac, and I was like, nah, that's too easy. That's too easy. We will go with the Chinese zodiac. So Andy's gone with dragon. The only mythical creature in the Chinese zodiac. Yes, dragon. Not the first alphabetically, though. Andy and Geraldine have gone with that. Dave says a ram. Is a ram there? Let's have a look. Is not there. There is something similar, but not similar enough for me to give you the point there. Several of you saying dog. Let's have a look. Is dog the top one alphabetically? Yes, very good. Rooster. Millie's gone with rooster. Does that fit in alphabetically in the top 10, though? It's the last one on the list. Very good. We've got pig being guessed, I can see. Geraldine and Millie saying pig. Where does that one sit then? If that's on the list, let's have a look. Number 7. Okay. All right, we're getting there. Jodie's said horse. Would it be the Chinese Year of the Horse at some point? Well, it is the Chinese Year of the Horse this year, as it happens. So yes, that's definitely one of the answers. Right, monkey's been guessed. I can see monkey in the comments from Andy. Yep, that's is number 5. Ox has been guessed a couple of times now. Jodie and Millie have both gone with an ox. Let's have a look. Where does that sit then? It should be between monkey and pig. There you go. Goat and rat, another 2 guests. Let's try those ones then. Oh, sorry. Just deactivated one there. Right, let's go to this next one. Is that one there? Goat is there. Rat. Okay, any other guesses? What could you be forgetting or missing? We've got goat now, we've got rat, we've got pig. Millie's gone with rabbit. Let's have a look. Is that the last one? Yeah, there we go. That's completed the list there. So, yes. I wonder what the next one will be. But there is the completed list. 2027 will be the year of the goat. In case you're interested. Oh, that was clever. Okay, that brings us to the end of that round. You flew through those. That was much quicker than I thought it would be. Andy says, I was born in the year of the rat. Oh, interesting. I want to go back now because I've got the list of all the years and numbers here. What I think I was I? Wait. I know which one I was. Yeah, I was born in the year of the rat. Yeah. The numbers I've got next to them only go back so far, granted, but yeah, I was born in the year of the rat too. There you go. Okay, all right, let's move on, shall we? So we are at the end of tonight's show. Thank you for putting up with me tonight in particular, because as I said, I'm a bit under the weather. So hopefully I'll be well again soon. But it's been lovely to have your company again this evening. Appreciate you all taking part. If you haven't already, please do check the link out. Do give us a follow in other places on social media if you don't already. And also feel free to go and have a look at the band and see how we're getting on, because there's been some fun posts on our Facebook page. That's Midlife Misfits. So if you want to see a little bit of me singing in the band, as I did on Friday night, which is again one of the reasons why I'm struggling today, still, it's all there to have a look, and there'll be more posted over time. So any shares or anything appreciated, because we might pick up a few more gigs. You never know. So yes, all your support for quiz and or band stuff is greatly appreciated. It helps us out a lot. Jodie says, thank you for another great quiz. You're welcome. A couple of weeks' time, we'll be back with Patreon quiz nights for those who join us for that. So that will be on the 26th of the month. I've got nothing in particular planned. So if you want to suggest anything, now's the time, because I need time to prepare it if it's something in particular. We shall see. I don't think there's been any updates yet to the other apps we use, but if there are, then we'll pivot to that. But if not, I'm open to all options of what we usually play. And he says, thank you for a very enjoyable quiz and dastardly conundrums. Yes, there were a couple. Patreon is brilliant and everyone should join. Yes, you should. We have so much fun, and it's very straightforward. No pressure, just like this one. No pressure at all, just a bit of fun. Just via Google Meet. That's it. That's all it is. You are most welcome. Thank you for your lovely comments. Dave as well. Thanks for the great quiz once again. Well done, everyone. Yeah, some really good scores, actually, even though I was a bit devious with some of my questions this evening. Also, for any of you that are supporters of me on Patreon, remember you can request subjects and content in general. If you want on this show to have a subject come back in or something that we don't normally do, just message me and we'll talk about what we could do with that. I would love to reward Patreons for the fact they support me. So please do, even if you're at the lowest tier, it doesn't matter. I'll still take any and all suggestions, because sometimes it's hard to think of new things to do all the time. It can be quite tricky. So I really do appreciate suggestions and inspiration. Okay, your mention of Blockbusters made me miss it. Yeah, Ruben's currently playing a game which is very similar to the concept of a video store. He plays a couple of different games at the minute where you run a grocery store and you run a trading card shop. But there's another one that's out there. You can run your own video store. It's proper nostalgic. So we've been talking a lot about that recently, because obviously he had no idea about these things until I talked to him about it. Always one of the highlights of your week, Millie says, and keeps me going during tough circumstances. Well, I really appreciate you being here as always. And hopefully people will be well enough to come and see me and join in with a quiz in person sometime soon. I think there was a suggestion of a July date. But again, you're also welcome any week as always. Especially August Bank Holiday weekend. Oh my goodness. That is going to be madness. The Sunday night, the Sunday late afternoon, the band are going to be playing at a festival on a massive stage set up in the village nearby with lighting and sound engineer at the works. It's amazing. I'm so excited for that. And then in the evening, after that, I've got to race into Abingdon and then host the quiz night because it's a bank holiday and it'll be insanely busy and I can't have someone cover me on that kind of night. Oh, things I do. It's all good fun. Anyway, thank you very much for your company again. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. And I will see you all same time next time for more of the same fun. Good night.